Hey everybody, welcome to Game Time. My name is JJ and we are here playing some more Chrono Trigger. We are on part 3 so far and we'll recap what we did in the last episode. We destroyed the future, totally destroyed the Guardian, all that stuff, and made it to the end of time. So now that we've explored pretty much everything in the end of time, we got here in the last episode, we can fight Speakio here, who's in one of his different forms, because the way he works is it depends on what level you are. So every time you start leveling up a lot, every 10, 15, 20 levels or whatever it is, he'll change forms, and whatever his prize is for killing him will increase. So you'll end up getting power tabs and a bunch of other stuff, mega elixirs as but he's tough, you know what I mean? So if you're playing the game for the first time, you got to go around in circles here 3 times around the room, and then he'll give you magic abilities, and he'll be in a different form. At first, he'll be the normal little white dude, little white Speakio looking guy. But if you go, clockwise around the room 3 times and then go talk to him, make sure you do it all the way, from door to door. Then go talk to him, and he'll give you guys magic. You know what I mean? So, and then he'll give you the opportunity to fight him. Now, I'll tell you something right now. It doesn't matter what level you are. He is tough as nails, okay? He will totally destroy you. So if you go in here with unprepared and you don't know what he's actually gonna do to you, like I'm doing right now, he's probably gonna kick my ass because I don't have the right equipment equipped for him to stop messing with my characters. Obviously, right off the hop, Luca's confused already. So let's see what I can pull off here. He's tough, man. I'll tell you that right now. So we're gonna try to take him out. And Chrono's dead, so I'm probably not going to make it out of this battle alive. But that's okay, you know what I mean? I just wanted to show you guys the fight. But he's tough, you know what I mean? You got to come in here pretty much ready. You're going to be spending some... Later in the game, he's anew, and he's really, really tough. So you're going to be... go to the Black Omen and steal a bunch of Mega Elixirs and stuff, and it'll be a lot more handier for you. But he's probably going to totally kill me right here, so... Let's see what happens. There's no way Luca is gonna friggin' save the day. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, she gets to live for one more round. What are we gonna do? Oh no, I'm toast. He's gonna totally kill me this time. All right. Well, we didn't take out Speakio, but that's okay. You know what I mean? It doesn't end the game. He just goes, hey, I win. You guys are too much. Bring newcomers to see me. So when you do get new characters, your first time coming through, they're not going to have a bunch of abilities and whatnot. So go there and let them learn their magic as well, so that you can make use of the tech points that you're getting for everybody. And now what we're going to do is, I guess we're going to go to Medina Village, and we're going to clip through this little part of the storyline, which is the first part of the Masa and Mune storyline, where we're going to go find Frog, we're going to go fight Heckran, we're going to go and go up the mountain and go get the first half of the Master Sword, the Masa and Mune. I got Zelda on my brain. I was playing it yesterday with my buddy Frank, but it's pretty sweet, man. It's a good game. It's a good game. So we're going to clip through there really quickly. Heckran Cave is a cave where physical attacks don't do a whole lot of damage to the enemy, so you're going to be using a lot of magical abilities. You can explore the town, and if you really want to. There's nothing really important that I really need right now. So in this little house is Melkwire. Remember where Melkwire is, because once you get both the Dreamstone and the Masa and Mune, you'll be able to go to him and you can put together the Masa and Mune back together. And then go get Frog and go fight Magus. That's going to be in the next episode, I think, because I got quite a bit on my plate right now. Because we got to go cross the bridge, we got to go do a bunch of stuff. We're going to travel back to 600 AD. That's why we're going through here, man. We got to get through here to get back to the Millennia Fair and hit that portal. So we got to get through this cave. A few little enemies. Like I said, it's nothing too crazy. If you're playing this game the first time through, you should be, leveled up enough, actually, so it's a good game. It's a good game. We're gonna go get the beef jerky from the cook inside the castle, and we're gonna give that to the knight so that we can cross the bridge, but we gotta go back in time first. So we gotta go through this little level and go fight Heckran. Wow. It's always exciting the first time through this game, because you're just getting all this magic, and you can finally put all those tech points that you've been getting to good use, and now there's no limits. There's limits, Luminaire is your last skill that you'll be able to learn, but now there's no limits on how fast you can learn your skills. You know what I mean? You'll be able to keep learning your skills. If you sat here and, gathered enough tech points to learn Luminaire right now, you could. It would take you a long time, you know what I mean? But you could, you know what I mean? So I'm going to take these guys out, see how, physical attacks don't do a whole lot of damage. So we're just going to, I'm lazy. I'm lazy. That's the thing, you know what I mean? Sometimes I just want to attack, but I should be using magic. But what can you do? Take these guys out. We're going to hit the left and up a little bit. Left and up a little bit, and then go down, hit another little passageway. And we got to hit this little underground. We got to hit the water area, so we got to make it there first. But these enemies aren't too bad. Easy enough to kill and whatnot. Just keep using magic, in my opinion. By now, if you're playing the first time through, you've only got, you know what I mean, like Lightning 1 or Ice 1 and stuff. So you'd be taking these guys out one at a time. So it just takes time for you to get all your spells and your techs. Start learning double attacks and stuff like that. That's what's sweet. Love this game. So we'll make it down here. Fight a couple more little roly-poly looking enemies. Here they come rolling. Little convoy of them. Nice. But yeah, I'm just having fun. Like I said, playing some Chrono Trigger. I played this game a million times, so like this is like natural for me to just piss around and go through. You know what I mean? I got Ice Sword too. No, am I gonna be able to hit them all? No. No. All right, whatever. I'll do the one then. I'll do the one, and we'll just send fire to the other one. There we go. Sweet. But yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you guys Magus and stuff. And you know what? Like I said before, there's so many people that I know that have never actually played through Chrono Trigger. You know what I mean? You gotta experience Chrono Trigger in its full glory. Full glory. Play it on your TV. Get the PS1 version. You know what I mean? Get the Super Nintendo version. It's expensive, I know. You know what I mean? But what can you do? It's certain games are. Yeah, maybe it might be easier for you guys to find in the future. You know what I mean? They just announced that GameStop will be, going back. They're testing out the market right now in GameStop in certain locations, and they're bringing back retro games. Now, I don't really know what this is really going to do to the market. You know what I mean? I don't know what the prices are going to be like at the GameStops. I don't know if they're going to go by collector value, which is really expensive, even in a store. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that's going to do to the market when it comes to games like Chrono Trigger and Earthbound and Evo and Draken and just all these games that are extremely really rare to get. Now, if GameStop and everything are accepting Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64 and such games, as trade-ins or like their other stuff, to increase their their stock and their market and stuff like that, I don't know. It's going to be really really tough because there's going to be a huge increase in market in pirated games. Like there is already a market in pirated games. Like is EB Games or GameStop going to be, aware that if the games they're actually getting are actually going to be authentic copies of the game? Are they going to sit there with little screwdrivers and open up every Super Nintendo cartridge to make sure that that copy of Chrono Trigger or Mega Man X2 or Mega Man X3, these crazy titles are going to be authentic? Because I think it's going to drive up quite a market in, bootleg games, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens with that, and we'll see how the market goes for that. So I'm just kind of throwing it out there and giving you my thoughts on that. Is even if GameStop or EB Games start selling classic games and stuff like that, be wary of reproductions and stuff, because they're out there. They're out there, and you open up that cartridge and you can tell that it's not an authentic copy, you know what I mean? So I'm just throwing it out there. Be wary. Even if GameStop and EB Games are selling classic games, you never know. You know what I mean? It's all, to me, my personal opinion is, I try to buy classic games off gamers, not stores. You know what I mean? Like gamers, who collect games and play their games are usually your best bet when it comes to, finding authentic games that, are not bootlegs or anything like that. Buy a bootleg if you already know it's a bootleg. You know what I mean? I have no problems with that. Oh, look at this. This little Japanese cartridge has like 100 games on it, but it's like 20 bucks or something like that, or 30 bucks. And I'm like, oh, well, you know what I mean? That's a cool little cartridge to have for the collection. You know what I mean? Like, I bring carts like that on friggin' road trips. There's nothing like having a Game Boy Advance SP with a friggin' cartridge that's made in Korea that has like 150 Nintendo games on it, and you're set. You know what I mean? You've got a good little, you know, variety of games for your road trip, everything from Mario to Mega Man to Pokemon to everything, Castlevania on one little Game Boy Advance cartridge. That keeps that fills my gaming fix for long road trips and stuff. You know what I mean? But they're not too bad. But I willingly bought it knowing it's a reproduction cartridge. You know what I mean? I didn't go out and spend 100 bucks on this super rare reproduction cartridge or something. You know what I mean? And not knowing it was a reproduction cartridge. That's what would piss me off. You know what I mean? More than anything is going, oh, this game's not even a real copy of this game. You know what I mean? So now that we are back to, see, we were back in 600 AD, back to get on topic of Chrono Trigger. I kind of rambled on there about that whole situation. So we're back in 600 AD, and our goal now is to get across the bridge. They're not going to let us cross the bridge right now until we go talk to the chef and we'll go grab some beef jerky to feed the soldiers. So we got to journey through here. You can do some more exploring. If you haven't picked up everything by now, you should be strong enough to pretty much kill everything in this general area of the game by now. So you can, you know, level up, get some tech points, start learning that magic and whatnot. So I don't know. I'm just casually, you know, playing this game. Chrono, but we are clipping actually pretty good. We're doing good time, you know. I'm not, you know, dilly-dallying anywhere. I'm not being lazy. I'm just going from point A to point B, you know what I mean? This is pretty much a straight awesome new game plus blaze through, man. I think that's what I've been calling it, man. I'm blazing through Chrono Trigger. So we gotta make it through the forest. There we go. Maybe dodge some enemies. Hopefully I don't have to fight anything on the way there. There we go. Life is good. And we'll hit the castle. And we got to go down into the basement. Oh, it's just me. Don't you worry. Don't you? It's just Chrono. It's just us. So we got to go into the basement. We got to talk to the cook, because the cook is the brother of one of the captain of the knights that's on the bridge. So we got to fill the little storyline with him, and you know what I mean. Once we go to leave, he's gonna give us our beef jerky. So we'll go over here and we'll leave. And he's not giving me my beef jerky. What's going on? I mustn't have finished the conversation with him, so we'll go back and talk to him. He usually runs up to you when you just go to leave there, so let's make sure that we make sure he's finished talking before you peel out. I think I just peeled out too fast there. Alright, he's done talking. Alright, slowly make our way out. Alright, we should be okay now. So we'll make our way over here, and there we go, there we go. So he doesn't want his brother to get killed, so he's gonna feed him with some beef jerky. Take some jerky. And now we're gonna go we're actually gonna go meet Ozzy on the bridge for the first time, which is one of Magus's minions, or vassals if you wanna, you know, go that way. Because we are in a magical world right now where the mystics are, you know, at war with the humans and stuff. So we're gonna go and start this little storyline here with Ozzy, and we're gonna go fight Zombor. Always cool enemies, you know what I mean? This game has all kinds of cool bosses, you know what I mean? Great variety, great variety. It's just, I don't know, I just enjoy talking about it, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it, you know what I mean? I hope you guys are. So yeah, I just love the classic gaming goodness, man. I just do this for fun, and I just talk about it as I go, you know? So I hope you do enjoy my videos and stuff. You know, I enjoy all the comments and the wonderful engagements that you guys put on my channel and on my Facebook and stuff. So I always strive to at least be, you know, updated and actually be engaged. You know what I mean? I like to be on there, and you know, I like to post often enough so that you guys know that I'm paying attention to you guys. So it's awesome. So now we have access to the bridge, and we're finally fighting some skellies and stuff, and we got Ozzy there, who's a cocky little bastard, and he thinks he's king shit, but we always kick his ass. You know what I mean? So we're gonna totally kick his ass, and it's a matter of killing Ozzy, you know what I mean, more than anything. You want to kill him, but as soon as you kill all the enemies on the screen, that's when Ozzy's gonna run away. Like, you can attack Ozzy all you want, he's not gonna really die. You gotta attack the skellies. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill everything. Once he kills the skellies, he runs away. That's why. He's all mouth. He's all mouth. Ozzy's all mouth. You see him. He's one of the reoccurring enemies in the game. You know, when you're playing old RPGs and stuff, you always have that one enemy or that one group of enemies that you meet over the course of the game. You know what I mean? When either you're playing FF8, where you've got, you know what I mean, Cypher and his crew, you know what I mean, or you're playing FF7 and you've got the Turks and stuff. There's always a reoccurring group of enemies. You know what I mean? So the Aussie would be that, you know, in this game. You get to meet him a bunch of times, Slash, Flea a couple times, you know. It's sweet. So we'll kill him, get some more skellies down, make our way to the end of the bridge so we can fight the boss. Great stuff, man. I think we'll be able to fight Masa and Mune in this episode, man. I'm doing good time, so I think we're gonna go and clear the whole area where we're gonna go up the mountain there and try to get the first half of the Masa and Mune. I think I'm gonna do that this episode. Mwah. And we get to fight the boss at the end of the bridge. He's actually pretty easy. We got Zombor. Zombor is awesome. He's just a cool looking boss. I always enjoyed getting to him. He's got two different areas you can kill him. They're both weak to different things. So just, you know, figure out which one's weak. I forget which one's weak to what. You know what I mean? One's weak to like fire and one won't do damage. See what I mean? So obviously the top half is not weak to lightning. It heals on lightning. So I just forget all the time which one's which. That's all. So let's hope this we get some ice 2 damage. Let's see if ice does damage. Ice does lots of damage, so you know what I mean. Just don't use lightning, I guess. I just like I said, man. I don't remember every single little thing. You know what I mean. So and oh man, cool little moves, taking out some damage. 13 damage. I love New Game Plus. Ice Sword 2. It totally overkill him. Whatcha? Cha 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 cha. 1800 damage, and he's gonna do M-Buster on me. I hate M-Buster. It just totally takes away all your magic. So you gotta freaking heal up some magic and stuff. Nothing crazy. Nice and easy. We'll make it through the forest. Now we got access to the bottom area of the map. If you go into one of those houses, if you picked up the Nagaet Bromide in the cathedral earlier in the game, you can actually go into one of those houses. You know, I'm pretty sure it's in the past or the future there, one of those houses, and you can get a power tab or a magic tab just for picking up that item. You know what I mean? So we gotta go around here. We got, you know, there's all kinds of little houses here we can explore. Nothing too crazy. We got Tata's house down here. You're gonna have to come back here later and pick up the hero medal. The hero medal is going to trigger, you know, you getting Frog and you doing a bunch of stuff. So it's just a storyline that we're doing, you know what I mean? So we got the Cursed Woods, and this is where Frog lives. So you can actually dodge every enemy in this area running through it if you're nice and quick, you know what I mean? And behind this bush, you've got Frog. And Frog will come out and he'll be all sulky and stuff that he's not worthy of being the man. So he's hiding out in this place. So the king is injured, I see, but I can't do anything. Yeah, please go on thy way. The hero I am not, I can do not. So we gotta continue this little storyline of the game. So Frog won't join us yet. We gotta go to the mountain and go get the first half of the Masa and Mune. Then we gotta get the hero medal, and then Frog will move out of the way and we'll at least get the hilt of the Masa and Mune. Then we'll go see Melkwire. He'll tell us we need some Dreamstone, so we're gonna go get Dreamstone, and then we're gonna go to the past, and then we're gonna get the Masa and Mune put together. It'll probably be in the next episode though. But first off, let's do this mountain. This mountain is really neat. It's one of my favorite little areas. I just like the look of it and stuff, that you're climbing the mountain and whatnot. There's enemies in here that are weak to fire. These big guys are actually pretty easy. Just physically attack them. It's not a big deal. But if some of them have hammers, if you're playing this for the first time, some of them are a little stronger because they have hammers, and the hammers are weak to fire. If you use fire on them, bring Luca with you. It'll burn their hammer like this one, and it'll make them a lot easier to hit physically. You know what I mean? So that's what I say. That's what I say. Like I said, I'm gonna wait for Luca here, and I'm just gonna use a fire ability. And the fire ability will just burn the hammer so that their physical attacks will actually do damage. Excuse me. There we go. 1400 damage. Bam. Couple tech points, and we'll make our way up the mountain. Like I said, later in the game, if you have Frog, you can actually use Frog and come back here. And there's a little, like, there's a lot of secret bonuses in this game at the end of the game, right? Because it gets so non-linear later in the game. Once Chrono dies, you don't even have to revive the Chrono if you really don't want to. You know what I mean? But hence there's certain endings that you get, for not reviving Chrono. But everybody's got side quests, and some of them are so vague that you wouldn't even know they're there. You know what I mean? If you come here later in the game and bring Frog with you as a party member, you can actually put him, you know what I mean, in charge of your party, and he'll catch. There's an area in this area where there's an enemy that throws rocks at you. Frog will actually catch one of these rocks and turn it into one of the stones, and this stone will enable you to use one of those triple techs. You know what I mean? So there's a whole bunch of those stones, all around. There's like the blue stone, the white stone, the black stone. You know what I mean? They all teach you different special abilities, if you have it equipped with one of your characters, you know what I mean? And like the Chozo dance and stuff like that, stuff you can't, normally do. This game is so much fun to experiment with your triple techs and stuff that you'll spend hours and hours just trying to unlock everybody's, or see all the moves that are even available in this game. I bet you there are people that have played this game that haven't even seen every single move that you can actually learn, and they're experts at this game. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of finding, all the right things. You know what I mean? Opening all the books when you're in the Palace of Zeal and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I can spend 20 hours going through all this game and exploring and getting every single little thing. You know what I mean? But that's in my mind right now. That's for you to do. You know what I mean? When you're clipping through this game, grab everything you want. You know what I mean? I'm just grabbing stuff as I go. You know what I mean? But I'm not going out of my way, really. You know what I mean? I'm doing a point A to point B clip through. Blazing through this game. So we'll go to an area up here, and this area has about 5 or 6 fights one after another. So be careful and make sure you're healing yourself. I haven't even healed my magic yet for Chrono. I'll probably do it right before the boss or something. You know what I mean? But there's all kinds of freaking cool areas in this game too that offer all kinds of cool weapons and all kinds of cool things that you don't really have to get, but everything you do does make you stronger, just like any other RPG. You know what I mean? And all these little storyline, everybody kind of gets a little spotlight. You know what I mean? Just like Final Fantasy 3 for the Super Nintendo, or 6, which is the technical Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? I live in Canada, so when I say Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo, a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? Especially if you're not in Canada. If you're in Canada, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Final Fantasy 3 was the shit. You know what I mean? But once, you know what I mean, the time came around the time where Square and Enix, started to merge and everything like that, and Final Fantasy 7 came out. That's when, Final Fantasy 3 became Final Fantasy 6 to everybody. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit of, confusion there. But when I sell a Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo here in Canada, it's Final Fantasy 6, but for Super Nintendo here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. By now, most people should know this. You know what I mean? But some people don't know that. You know what I mean? But, so, just cool little things, Chrono Trigger was Chrono Trigger, though, you know what I mean? I wish they made a Chrono Trigger 2. I do have Chrono Trigger Crimson Echoes, the sequel to this. I don't know if I talked about this before, you know what I mean? But I do have the sequel that happens 5 years after the ending of this game, the fan-made game. It is actually well done, well polished, you know what I mean? There's a few glitches still here and there of the game. It is extremely hard, you know what I mean? They put it to the test, you know what I mean? They made it so that people need to really think about what they're using for attack and what they're using for magic and what they're using against what, you know what I mean? So they do make it a little tough, and it doesn't focus on Chrono specifically. It focuses on the storyline of pretty much everybody. Like, you start off with Marl and Chrono, you know what I mean? But they throw you with Magus pretty much about 10 minutes into the game, and you're already clipping, and you fight all kinds of stuff already right off the hop. And leveling up takes a while because now you're thrown into a huge game that you don't really know where to go, right? So, I'm the kind of guy that likes to level up a little bit, especially when I'm playing an RPG that I've never played before. I like to be a little bit stronger, and I know to level myself up. There's always some grind sessions, you know what I mean? I'm not talking the PS1 skateboarding game. I'm talking about grinding for a couple hours just so you have that little heads up, some extra items, some extra money, some extra equipment, some extra everything, you know what I mean? Some extra tech points. You start learning stuff, you know what I mean? mean? And it makes it a lot easier. You can actually fall down the waterfall here, you know what I mean, in a couple different areas, and it will make you fall down to the bottom, but there are treasure chests down in that waterfall. You know what I mean? I just skipped over it because I don't feel like going down there. But there's actually a silver stud down there that will increase your, well, actually decrease your MP consumption by 25% if you go get it. So I'm just letting you know now, since we're not that far off from it, you'll just have to climb back up for a little bit. You know what I mean? You'll have to do that area where there's the 5 fights all over again. But you will have a silver stud for your inventory, and it will cut your magic cost by quite a bit. You know what I mean? 25% makes a huge difference, especially when you're fighting bosses and stuff like that where you're using lots of magic. Later in the game, your ultimate spells are like 20 magic, you know what I mean? 30 magic and stuff like that. There's huge spells back in later in the game. Those studs, gold studs and stuff like that make a huge difference. So if you really, you know, if you are playing this for the first time through, I'd pick those up for sure. You know what I mean? Plus, you'll get a little bit of extra experience on your way up as well. So we got this guy that's going to screw us over, the bastard. So we're going to totally kick these guys' ass. Oh yeah. Whoa. I love Chrono Trigger, and we are almost at the boss of this level. So we're going to go and fight the Masa and Mune. That is our journey here, and they're going to see if we're worthy for holding the Masa and Mune. And what we're getting out of it is we're getting the Masamune blade. So, and it's the first part of this little area that we need to do. So we're gonna head up there and go do that. He's not too tough. He's got 2 forms. Use magic on them. My suggestion would be to actually grind a little bit and maybe learn Ice Sword or Fire Sword before you go and fight him. It will actually be really, really handy when you fight his second form, okay? Because he does have a few strong attacks and stuff, and you want something that actually, you know, deals a good punch to him, you know what I mean? You don't want to be doing just minimal damage to him. You want to kill him as fast as possible, just like anything else. But early in the game, having those spells is what's going to really matter, you know what I mean? So try to get enough so that you can learn Ice Sword and Ice Sword or Fire Sword as well. They're good attacks to have against the second form of Mune. Now, when you're fighting both of them at the same time, don't focus on killing both of them. Focus on killing one of them, because as soon as you kill one of them, the fight will end. Okay, so that'll save you some time and some effort trying to kill trying to focus on 2 different enemies when you should just be focusing on one. You know what I mean? So that's what I say. We're gonna totally Luminaire their asses though, because you know what? This is New Game Plus, baby. Totally kicking some ass, you know. But you might not have this available to you. So like I said, there we go. Now they are totally apart. They are powerless. So that's what I meant about kill one, not both. You know what I mean? Focus on one of them. The fight will go by a lot quicker. And he's going to turn into a little bit of a stronger form. He's going to be using some magic that do some decent damage, some good physical attacks and stuff like that. Just totally kick his ass, you know what I mean? If you really need to, use Chrono and Luca with his Fire Sword or something like that. And just have Marl heal or something like that, you know, if you really, really, really want to. You know what I mean? Always have a healer, man. Like, if you always have a designated healer in this game, I found out that you can pretty much kill everything, you know what I mean? Unless you really get screwed over or you go to something that's really, really hard, like Speakio or something like that. But in New Game Plus mode, pretty much nothing will stop you except for Speakio. He's a jerk. Or maybe News. News, if you get unlucky fighting those little blue bastards, man, you can get screwed over hardcore. So, it's just a matter of luck, man, half the time. So, come here, we'll napalm you. Try to use his certain abilities the best we can. He's got about 4,000 hit points, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. I'm not exactly quite sure. So, God, man, he just totally karate chops Chrono right in the face. Fire Sword. How about we change it up a little bit here? Cha 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 cha, cha-ching. And he goes down nice and easy. But yeah, even if you had Fire Sword 1 or, you know, Ice Sword 1, at least you'd be doing, you know, 400 or 500 damage to him instead of friggin' 100 or 70 or something like that for regular attacks. So, they see that you are worthy to get the Masamune, and they change back to their little cute little selves. And we're going to go up and grab ourselves the blade. And the wonderful, wonderful part about this situation is that once we get the blade, we don't have to walk out of this area. They actually let us ride the wind. And we get the hell out of here. So, right on. And see, the Masa and Mune looked like a sword, but technically it was all an illusion. It comes down and it turns into a blade with no hilt, and it's all broken and stuff like that. So we're going to take it and we're going to fix that shit, because Frog won't join us without the full made Masa and Mune. So we're going to take the broken Masa and Mune, and Masa and Mune are going to let us ride the winds out of this area. So that's what we're going to do. Right on. Good luck. Ride the wind. Woohoo. And we freaking get thrown, and we just bounce around, and we get to go back down here, and we get to go meet Frog now that we've got the Masa and Mune. And we're gonna clip through here again, hopefully not get into a fight. Oh, damn little froggies. Little froggies. So yeah, I'm gonna get the ball rolling for this next area of the game. Where we're going to be going next in part 4 is we're going to go see Melkwire. We're going to go to 65 million BC to the prehistoric time, and we're going to go get the Dreamstone so that we can go see Melkwire. Sorry, we're going to go see Melkwire after the Dreamstone and stuff like that. We still got to go there, and he's got to let us know to go to the past to get the Dreamstone, so we forgot to grab Frog's medal. We got to show Frog this medal before he'll give us that piece of the sword. So I just forgot about it. So that's why I'm going back. Brain fart. Shit happens. So we're going to go to 65 million BC and go meet Ayla in the prehistoric time. We're going to go get hammered. And we're going to go and grab ourselves some Dreamstone and go fight a couple things. Now, if you're, up for a challenge, you can go and fight that new. I'm just not going to bother right now. You can steal decent items from them, and you get decent experience and stuff from them. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? I'd wait till you get to the prehistoric time so you get a bunch of items for killing them and stuff. You know what I mean? So, we'll grab that. It's funny how Frog just walks away, but he's like, do. So we got the piece of the sword, and it says Melkwire on it. So Melkwire is the guy in Medina Village there that I mentioned earlier in this episode before we fought Heckran. So that's where, oh, damn, brain fart. I hate it when that happens. So we got to go see Melkwire, and Melkwire is gonna let us know that we need to go to the. Oh, we're gonna go into a fight. I hugged the wall a little too much. Oh well, shit happens. We're gonna see, because you got me into a fight, you get Luminaire. Luminaire's the answer to everything, especially on New Game Plus. Unless you're just messing around with special text and stuff like that. Whoa, love this game. Whoa, so good. So yeah, we're gonna hit we gotta hit the mountain again. We gotta go back to 1000 AD. And that's where Melkwire is right now. So we gotta go all the way back up to the mountain area. And we're gonna go hit the portal there. Well, at least we only got one more fight to get there. And then we'll hit the end of time. I think that's what we're gonna do. Save at the end of time. Hey, we're doing good time, man. Next episode, I think it's gonna be Magus. For sure, man. We're gonna go to the prehistoric time, totally plow through that, come back, get the sword made, and then we're gonna go fight Magus. Yeah, next episode's gonna be sweet. I'm looking forward to it, man. The Magus area always put a smile on my face, when I was younger. It's just it's just phenomenal. It's good stuff, So get this fight done. Get me some ether. Hit the portal, and we're gonna hit the end of time. And I think this is where I'm gonna save my game. Yeah, and I'll save the next area for the next episode, man. We'll get to the end of time. Let's heal up. We'll save our game, and then we'll continue our journey on the next part. So I hope you enjoyed this part of Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo. Peace out, happy gaming, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode, gamers. Wcha!